Well, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and joining us to talk about it all is Kate Spinney. She is the Director of Children's Services at CNS. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So let's get into your mental health because, particularly in the Black community, talking about mental health is sort of a stigma, if you will. But what are some of the services and initiatives that's happening at CNS that is where you're offering your services to better help a population that need your services?
Absolutely. So CNS Healthcare has 7 locations that provide services to the Tri-County area, and we are committed to providing services to the underserved population, especially individuals who have insurance that doesn't necessarily cover those services that people might need to really support and help them thrive.
Yeah.
So we do community-based services, office-based services, and pretty much every service in between, with the emphasis on engagement into the community and connecting people to the supports that will help them on an ongoing basis. We don't want anyone to feel like we're creating dependency. We want to be able to provide the services that are needed at the time, and that way people can lean in and grow and move forward.
Yeah.
So
and that engagement is important, right? Because so many oftentimes certain people who may be dealing with mental health challenges are probably not going to most times seek the help on their own. So being forthright and engaging is a very key aspect, I would imagine.
Yes, absolutely. I think that having the awareness of you're not alone, right? You're not doing this by yourself, and you aren't the only person that is having these same struggles, especially like you had mentioned, the stigma in the Black community. It can be really challenging to admit that you need help or that there's something going on that you may not have, control over, or maybe something that requires some intervention. So, with mental health or behavioral health and substance abuse, it is incredibly important to be able to be accessible as a mental health provider or behavioral health provider when that person decides that now is the time. We need to be able to be ready and engage that person in that moment, as it helps to increase the likelihood of starting up that service.
You talked a moment ago about substance use, and it seems that mental health and substance use would sometimes for some people go hand in hand because they use it as a coping mechanism. So addressing both at the same time for patients is key.
Yes, absolutely. We see a lot of times how alcohol and other drugs can be used as a way to self-medicate when you're dealing with depressive symptoms, anxiety, and other, mental health related symptoms. So we are always wanting to assess for and support both the mental health and the substance use or addiction components when people come seek services. So.
And then May is Mental Health Awareness Month. Talk about how important this month is, and your agency, along with so many other different organizations and groups, are all working together in some respects to really get a handle on this issue. And it seems as if it's become now more okay for people to be more open about dealing with mental health challenges than it was maybe even some few short years ago.
Absolutely. We have really pushed for creating a open and safe environment for everybody who's looking for our services, but also in decreasing stigma, because the tabooness of receiving behavioral health services isn't what it used to be. And I think that that's a testament to the behavioral health field pushing to normalize receiving therapy services, medication management, and the other types of support services that we have available. And we're doing a couple of things this month in order to celebrate the Mental Health Awareness Month, but we do it also all year long to really decrease that stigma. One thing that we have is our anti-stigma team, which is dedicated to decreasing stigma across the board for behavioral health symptoms. We have a team that goes out to do community events and is available to be able to support that initiative all year long. But we also, for this month, are doing the Plant Your Flag campaign, which is really fun and exciting because we provide signs or flags that we're using to decorate with the anti-stigma or the awareness of mental health, and encouraging our staff, our consumers, our person served, and any community member to decorate those signs and put them up in a place that's important to them, maybe their home, in their front yard, in their, or around the churches and other areas that are high visibility and also open and encouraging to persons who are looking to connect to behavioral health services.
It's and even for the patient themselves, the person dealing with the mental health challenge, it's not as the decorated image for someone dealing with mental health challenge. It's not this decorated image that you will once perceive as someone's being, they're dealing with something. It could be anyone, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, because the mental health and the mind is up here, and we all go through something every day with life.
Yes.
And it could bring a toll on our mental.
Absolutely. And I think that that's ultimately what we're trying to communicate through the Plant Your Flag campaign and through Bright Spot, which is a virtual video that we post on Facebook once a month and weekly, actually, during Mental Health Month at CNS's website and on our hashtag, which is CNS Healthcare Cares. So,
CNS Healthcare Cares hashtag.
Or at CNS Michigan.
Absolutely.
So the great thing about that is to really promote the idea that this does affect everybody. Nobody is not affected by mental health or behavioral health challenges, whether it's you, yourself, whether it's a family member or a friend. There's always, especially considering the recent pandemic and the challenges that people have faced as it relates
depression to and the loneliness.
Absolutely. Isolation and disengagement, right, from the community and from the people that you care about. So for everybody, we are just wanting to make sure that these signs and our mental health promotion of Mental Health Awareness Month is reminding people you are not alone. You have support, and there are many people who experience the same symptoms and presentations. So.
How can people get in contact with CNS Health Service?
Well, you can visit our website, cnshealthcare.org. We have a 988 number, which is for any mental health emergency or any resource that a person may need. And then they can call our number and any of our 7 locations to be able to get services. If there's a crisis or if there's an urgent need, then people can feel free to just walk into any of our buildings and they would be provided support and service.
Awesome. Well, great work that you all are doing. Great work that you're doing. Thanks so much for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
Kate Spinney from CNS, the Director of Children's Services at CNS Healthcare, joining us here from Studio 1452.